It's the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Welcome to another episode here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, where it is our mission to try to bring you some news that you can use. There will be no exception to the rule. You can follow me on X at the Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And don't forget, we have the 24-hour stream available on the website at obnradio.com. With all that being established, let us break off into our weekend edition of The Zone. Well, the football season has officially kicked off. We had some coverage last night to start off the football season. The Waller Bulldogs hosting the Bryan College Vikings. The Bulldogs hung in there for 3/4 of the game, fell short, losing 21-6. So the Bulldogs fall short in the season opener. Meanwhile, the Hempstead Bobcats travel to Austin to take on the Northeast Early College High School program, and they were victorious by the score of 27-13. Royal will take action tonight, beginning at 6 p.m. as they will take on Worthing in Houston, Texas. Meanwhile, transitioning over to the collegiate ranks, you're going to have Jackson State taking on South Carolina State. 6:30 p.m. Central Time is the kickoff for that game. It is absolutely football season. And for those of you who may have missed our weekly coverage of Waller County High School football coverage, you can check out the Waller Bulldogs and the Bryan Vikings on our YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Meanwhile, on the volleyball side of things, Prairie View in a tournament at Tarleton fell short to Incarnate Word, losing 3-0. They'll take battle early this morning. 9:30 a.m. is the scheduled time for that, as they'll complete their roundup services in Tarleton, which is in Stephenville, Texas. Don't forget that we're counting on you beginning September 1st through the 4th for our Listening Partner campaign. We are going to have our pop-up tent where you can help us reach our financial goals to support our broadcast team's travel and equipment production. All you have to do is make your popcorn purchase, and all the proceeds that you would help us with, 50%, of course, goes to the vendor, and the other 50% comes to help us in the aiding of our program. And speaking of the aiding of program, it is time for us to dive into a conversation that was between Ben, Jack, and myself. And we had a very, very intriguing conversation as always, but it got a little, let's say, outlandish toward the end. You have to kind of check that out and see that for exactly a full effect of what I'm talking about. So without any further delay, we are going to jump right into the zone featuring Ben, Jack, and yours truly, Dr. Mike Prince.
Welcome back to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. I am now joined by Mr. Ben and Mr. Jack. And those that listen on the regular, y'all, last heard from Ben, he was so animated and agitated, he had to leave the country for a couple of weeks. How you guys doing, man?
I'm doing great, sir. Doing great. I didn't change my name and everything.
You didn't change your name?
Yes, sir.
Well, what's your name now?
It's Percy Victorious Edwards.
So it's P.V. Edwards.
That's it. You know, I'm that number one guy. That number one guy.
So instead of saying PVU, we're going to say PVE, since you're Mr. Prairie View?
Yeah, that's all. You can call me Mr. PV. That'll be fine.
Mr.
But now
PV, okay.
You need to do that.
Okay.
Hey, this is Mike, Prince, Jack, and Mr. PV. Do that.
Okay. Well, how you doing, Brother Jack?
Yeah, I'm doing well as well. So happy to be back online with you guys. So ready.
You're not feeling good as Mr. PV over there, huh?
Not as good animated as him, but I'm
Yes,
entertained by the excitement. I'm entertained by the excitement.
Yeah. Let's just see how it stands. Well, as we get prepared for this kickoff between Jackson State and South Carolina State, enough of the talking. It's over with. It's time to execute now. And I had to come from under the witness protection program from the Jackson State fan base because they got a little animated and agitated that I had them going 5-6. So I'm glad I got my backup. Y'all still got my backup, right?
Yeah, as long as you're talking about PV, I got your backup.
Oh, this is the one who says I'm not a true PV fan, but we'll touch on that later. What are you guys seeing the potential outcome for this matchup this weekend between the Bulldogs and the Tigers, man?
Well, if the news is true from what I was hearing this week, if I'm not mistaken, is it Coach Pugh?
Buddy Pugh, yes, sir.
I heard
yes,
that he said it's going to be his last year, correct?
Yes, sir.
So I'm thinking it's going to be the Bulldogs going to be eating on the bone.
Okay.
So I don't see them, letting the coach down. I think they're going to come in there and gnaw on the bone or gnaw on a tiger or whatever you want to call it. But I think the Bulldogs are going to do pretty good for the coach.
Okay, you think they're going to be inspired because of the legacy of Coach Buddy Pugh?
Correct. He kind of gets like a not so good reputation, but it seems like he always show up, and from my understanding, he's always got his team ready and prepared. So I think they're going to chew on a tiger. That's what I think.
Well, he's definitely what you would call a wily old cat, man. He has been in this thing for a long time, and he's always had competitive programs to represent whoever he was employed by. So it's going to be very interesting to see how all of this unfolds. Meanwhile, you still have quarterback competition up in the air. Jackson State just announced that they were not going to announce who the starting quarterback was until the actual kickoff. So that's always interesting. Coaches try to keep things to the vest and keep people off balance without letting their true depth chart be released. But I say, oh, well, let them play, line up, and make a better team win. So it's a lot of question marks for Jackson State, justifiably so. And it all starts on the 26th, and can't wait to see how the dust settles on this one. Jack, what are you seeing some of the potential advantages or pitfalls that either one of these teams are having?
I have the same sentiments as you guys. I think the Bulldogs will definitely have inspired to have their coach go out on a winning note, and then Jackson State is having we'll just try to see how everything pans out with all the changes that have happened in the past 8 months or so. Okay. Now look, I'm gonna have a little fun with you guys. While you all were, they say MIA, I did a fan strength and support poll, and I could give you my quick list and let you all compare your apples to apples. I already know that I'm gonna probably get jumped on by Mr. PV, but it is what it is, right? So I have number one. Pardon me, Mr. Percy. Okay, yes, sir. Yeah. Now I'm basing this on
non-homecoming and non-classic games. I'm talking about how well the team travel and how well they show up for their home games that are not what they would consider major draws. So with that being laid out, here is my list 1 to 12. I have Southern University, number 1, FAMU, number 2, Jackson State, number 3, Grambling, number 4, Alcorn, number 5, Alabama State, number 6, Prairie View, number 7, Alabama A&M, number 8, Texas Southern, number 9. I had University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, number 10, and Bethune-Cookman at 11, rounding out with Mississippi Valley at 12. Now, I want you guys to mull that over for a second and let me know, A, what you think of this list and how would your list differ, if at all.
Let's see, my list is similar to what yours is, Prince. I have Arkansas Pine Bluff at the very bottom, though, and Bethune-Cookman there at that 11th spot.
Okay.
And then followed by Mississippi Valley State there, okay. and then above that Prairie View. So similar to yours, but different.
So you got Prairie View coming in at number 9?
Prairie View coming in at number 9. Yes.
Okay. Oh, well, it's going to be interesting to hear what Mr. PV has to say here. What you got, Mr. Percy?
Well, thank you for acknowledging Mr. Percy. I'm going to try to be very objective. So I'm going to go from bottom up and say I have Valley 12, Arkansas Pine Bluff 11, Bethune-Cookman 10, Texas Southern 9. I just kind of threw a coin up in the air. So I got Alabama A&M number 8, Alabama State number 7. I have the Black and Gold at number 6. I have PV at number 5, Alcorn number 4, Jackson. Now again, this is really kind of screwed because we don't know what they're going to be when Dion is gone. But I have Jackson State number 3, FAMU number 2, and Southern number 1. But I want to just throw just a little thought. Jackson could definitely be below Alcorn, from number 3 to number 4. We'll just have to see how that pans out this year.
Okay, and I know we don't have a crystal ball, at least I don't, but we're talking about traditional fan support from what you recall since you've been involved with the conference and what you've seen on consistency. Not the actual playing records, this is based on fan involvement and support.
Correct. I would stick with what I said.
Okay. So you're saying that Jackson State was basically riding on Dion's coattails?
I'm saying I'm not for sure how that's going to play out. So I would put them somewhere around 3 or 4, Alcorn or Corn, being above them or being below them. So that's what I was thinking.
Okay, and who was your number 1 again?
I said Janky Gucci.
Okay, so it's interesting. You had Prairie View at 5. Jack had them at 9, and I had them at 7. All odd numbers, ironically. How did you come up with the numbers you guys came up with?
Well,
I'm going to say mine might be, again, I am the number one fan, so mine might have like a slight biasness because I don't really see Alabama State or Alabama A&M until they come to Prairie View. So based on what I've seen, I don't think their stuff was much more than what Prairie View is. And within these last 5 or so beatdowns that PV has done to the G-men, and all of the issues that's going on with their alumni, I kind of put them below us. So that's kind of the reason I have Prairie View kind of high or into the middle. That bottom tier, until the people at Texas Southern want to get on the bus, the bicycle, the car, or whatever, just to travel 10 minutes from the school, I think they will always be in the bottom tier. And again, with Arkansas, Pine Bluff, and Valley kind of being where they are, it's probably a little difficult for their fan bases to kind of travel. Not using that as an excuse, but that's kind of how I thought of it or picked it out.
Okay, Jack?
Okay, yeah. I want to say in the past few seasons, I think different voters and coaches have given Prairie View the benefit of the doubt. And then the past few seasons, Prairie View has let everyone down, losing games to Mississippi Valley State two years in a row. So I think this year, putting Prairie View pretty much where, Prairie View has let us down at. So I think the benefit of the doubt is kind of over this season. So that's where I'm at with it too, ranking them at 9.
But you were talking about based on attendance again, right?
Yeah, we're talking about based on attendance, right? That's what I was just about to clarify.
Yeah.
Right. So are you still having them at 9 based on attendance, or are you talking about 9 based on actual field performance?
Field performance. Yeah.
Oh, so you didn't dropped off. Wait a minute, we got a break in line here. So you're not sticking by your 10-1 or 9-2 preseason record?
I've had second thoughts since then.
Oh wow, we got to hear this stuff. What you got the Panthers landing at, sir?
Well, like I said, my preseason ranking, I have them at 9. Just the previous 2 seasons losing to Mississippi Valley State, games that they should have won. On paper they should have won, and I think one of those seasons, or even both, cost us a playoff run. But,
Okay. Oh man, yeah. You got me going here, brother Jack. This is surprising to me. So, how many games do you think Prairie View will win this season?
I haven't gotten that far yet, but like I said, my preseason.
Well, not many if you got them finished 9 out of 12.
Okay. Yeah, I may have to come with that number next week.
Next week before the start of the season for the Panthers?
Right.
Ooh,
yeah, I have a number.
Wow. Mr. Percy, it is. What do you think about that?
I think that his tagline has been revoked also. So it just proves to the listeners, as I said, I think there's a word called fair weather fans. Is that what they say? I think I'm just a part of a group that's a fair weather fan.
A part of a group that's a fair weather fan.
Yeah, because
there's also a word called delusional fans too, right?
Yeah, it is.
Fans of the Nile. Fans of the Nile.
I know this is a very Christian program, but they also got fans that does municipal things too. So, but the concept is, I don't see Prairie View being at the bottom. I would almost bet, if we can do a little wager, I'd be willing to put a 6-pack of root beer on there. I said root beer fans, not beer, just root beer.
A 6-pack of root beer about what, sir?
That they won't be, Prairie View will not finish 9 or below.
Oh, I'm willing to put. I bet that as well. I wouldn't argue with you on that. I don't see them being let down in the entire conference. But let me go back to Jack just for a sec.
Hold on just a second.
Go ahead. What was you about to say?
And since Jack threw that out there, just in case if it is any Texas Southern people who want to listen, the beatdown is coming. So just know we got a week away, but the beatdown is coming. I've already talked to the players. So the beatdown is coming. The word is out. So you can talk about the quarterback. You can talk about the sophomores are now juniors. The freshmen are now sophomores. A beatdown is still coming. That's all I got to say.
Okay. So, Jack, are you now gravitating to accepting that Prairie View will pick properly as coming in the 5th spot of the Western Division?
Yeah, I'm starting to side with, hey, looking at the reality of it. Looking at the reality of, like I said, I'm putting a lot of weight in those 2 losses back-to-back years to Mississippi Valley State. I'm putting a lot of weight on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think Ben should as well.
Now don't speak for Percy. Speak for Jack.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Just no fans. His season tickets have been revoked. They don't even work. So if you try to get in the game, his stuff ain't going to even work.
Okay. Oh, well, look. Well, if they don't work and he can't get into game, we want to remind the people that you can listen to the Panthers here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. So if, in the event they don't allow you in, Jack, because of your epiphany, be sure to go to the website at obnradio.com, and you can listen to the Panthers live each week on our network. And we'll do that just because they've boycotted Jack. How about that, Jack?
Hey, I appreciate that. I mean, that's
okay. Oh, man. Wow. So this is, Jack, when did you come to this change of heart?
I mean, it took a little time this summer, but I mean, when I was a valid ticket holder, season ticket holder, that game with Mississippi Valley State, it kind of still resonates with me. Like, how can we really miss the slam dunk? You know what I'm saying? We missed the slam dunk. I think that's where it kind of resonates with me.
And I can understand the frustration and the agony. And this is no far a stretch of disrespect toward Mississippi Valley. But I would like the odds that the difference between me and the championship game is I have to beat Mississippi Valley. That's almost like a dream come true until you get out there and perform. And it makes you wonder that if you can't rise and show your dominance in a game like that, have we been overrating you? That's a valid question. What's your response to that, Mr. Percy?
I think Percy has already spoken. So the 2 transfer students that's on the call, we can move forward. As I said, PV will not be at the bottom of the.
We've got that part established there, but I'm asking you, with the significance of Prairie View being in the driver's seat, and does it justify them being ranked where they are because they couldn't close the deal with a team, when you look at it on paper and even look at them on the field, shouldn't be in that realm of competition? Once again, no disrespect to Valley, but with everything that's on the line. That's what
I don't think so. I think again, my rational thought was both times. I think the coaches took the game very lightly. One of the things I'm very impressed about, just going back to Coach Pugh, is when you talked about Jackson State not wanting to provide who's going to be their quarterback. He, to me, seems more like a Coach Belichick. Once he finds out who's playing, he does his due diligence. He's not one that says, hey, we're going to take a game off. We're going to heal up. And I think that's what really cost Prairie View, in that they took this game don't really matter. And it really did. I've never played any sports, from being in the neighborhood street, playing in high school, any sport where my coach told me, we're not going to play today. We just going to it'll be a walkthrough. And so I think one of the things Coach Bubba, hopefully he's learned, is every game will not be a walkthrough. I'm not saying we got to beat the team down, but we need to go in as we're going to win the game. And if you're injured, be injured, but the next man up, we need to win the game.
Okay, so if I'm hearing you correctly, sir, you think that Prairie View's coaching staff underestimated Mississippi Valley, and they didn't handle nor prepare for them when they needed to beat them to go in the championship?
I think you got some good ears, sir. So I think you heard me correctly. I think one of them, Gucci, whenever you put all of your starters to the bench until maybe you start them, but you bench them after the second half, and then one of your better players get hurt, then you set yourself up for failure. That was kind of, I think, Gucci's situation. And then as far as Coach Bubba, I think Coach Bubba was blowing bubble gum last year. So I'm hoping that he learned to keep the gum in his mouth. And as he said, I think at the end of the season, they need to learn how to finish. Now, it also reminds me of the Houston Oilers back in the day. I think they were playing one of my favorite teams, Buffalo, and they jumped on top of them. And the Houston Oilers didn't what? They didn't know how to finish. Maybe that's Coach Bubba's situation. I hope it's not. But if that is the case, Coach Bubba won't be there for too long. But we need to learn how to finish.
Okay. Now, Jack, I got to get your feedback off of these comments from Mr. Per. What you say? Is it Percy or whatever it is? Ben. Heck, it's Ben. Jack, what's your response, sir?
Number one.
Well, what I'm saying, ninth place isn't last place, so it's not like I'm saying Prairie View's going to be in last. So let me put that out there. But whether they were prepared or not prepared, they got hit in the mouth, and they got their helmets handed to them. And so I would think that should be locker room material for this up-and-coming season. And so hopefully, even what I'm saying with Prairie View being ninth, hopefully that's locker room material for them to
I don't even think you can refer to this or that as locker room material. All you got to do is look in the mirror and see the scars from the wounds that were left behind by taking those losses like that. I don't think it was due to lack of coaching. Whether it's a mental deal, I don't know, because the coaches don't tackle, they don't run, they don't throw, they don't kick. That's what I'm trying to swallow what Ben is referring to. And then sometimes it's about matches and styles. Some teams match up better, and their style of play is a bit of a challenge for another team's style of play, and that could be the case. We'll find out, because guess what? They play them again on the Hill October the 6th. And, of course, you can listen to that game here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. But I'm trying to grasp what you're saying, Ben, about they just didn't prepare and you took off.
Well, you said that, coaches don't play, and that's a valid point. But if I put you on the bench and you my starting running back can't play either. If Jack is the starting wide receiver and I got him on the bench holding him for the championship game, he can't play because he on the bench also. So you are right. Coaches don't play, but they can put the team in a situation where they can be behind the 8 ball.
But if the player is injured,
all of the players were not injured. All of the players Gucci was not injured.
Well, okay. Now you're jumping back 2 years. Now let's stay with where we are.
2 years they lost Mississippi Valley. So I said 1 year was on the Gucci and 1 year was on the Bubblegum. And what I'm saying is I'm hoping Bubblegum has learned his lesson. And the lesson is every game you need to play until the thing say 0-0, your best players unless they injured. Don't take your foot off the gas. Because, again, I gave you an example how Bubblegum, I think he was even playing in that game, where they were up. And then they got, crushed. Their feelings were hurt. Maybe Bubblegum hadn't got over that. I hope he has, but maybe he hasn't. But I do know this. When Gucci was coaching, majority of the players did not play in the Mississippi Valley game. Some of the players didn't even play in the Jackson State game, which had some of the fans pissed off trying to figure out what was going on. But it is what it is. Gucci is gone. We still got Bubblegum. Dion is gone. And so now it's a new season. As you said, all the talking is over. In a week, I'm suggesting that Prairie View will come to Houston, downtown Houston. And they're going to do what they've always been doing. They're going to treat Texas Southern just like they are. The little sister to the hill. That's what they're going to do.
Oh, man, this is absolutely priceless, man. Absolutely priceless. I can't say thank you guys enough, man. I'm glad that you're back in one piece, man. Did you have a good time while you were out on the bodies of water, sir?
To be honest with you, I did have a good time until I made it back to Houston and I got sick. So, fans, just know the number one fan, he gets sick also. But I won't be sick next weekend. I tell you that. And also, fans, I tell you this. I will not allow Dr. Prince or Jack to jump back on the way. So once we get to running and that locomotive starts going down and up the hill, they won't be able to jump back on because all doors will be closed and you won't be able to jump on the wagon.
So you're going to King George's, this train going to keep on rolling?
They'll keep on going. Like, what was it Tina Turner said?
Yeah, but I got you. Well, listen, I got a question, sir. I got a question.
Yes.
So now, yes, I guess Jack is on my page now. We're not fans?
Yeah, you are fans, but you know where you're a fan at?
Okay, I'm listening.
On the visitor side.
We haven't jumped off the bandwagon.
No. Y'all stay where you are. You know, like Dr. Prince just exposed, you were Holly talking about Prairie View, this and that. Now you just slid down the mud, so just stay in the mud. The listeners have heard. You had opportunity to vote. You voted where you voted. We're not gonna do no recount. So stay where you
because we vote the way we vote, that quantifies us as being non-PV fans and supporters, let you tell me.
Well, I know this. I know you might not like this, Dr. Prince. You know, at one point, Prairie View only had one mascot, right? It was like the Panther, correct?
Yes, sir.
And then, you know, New Tradition came on the scene, and we had the Pantherette. right?
Which is only a female version, but it's still a Panther. Okay, make your point.
Right. So I'm the Panther, and you and Jack right now are the Pantherette. So y'all just stay over there with.
So in essence, you just called us females.
I called y'all visitors. Y'all stay on the visitor.
No, because when I don't know how Jack receives that. Pause, sir.
You would not be.
When I hear Pantherettes, I'm thinking effeminate.
No,
and
I'm just
no. No, you're not gonna get off the hook that easy, my friend. So you are calling. I'm not going to speak for Mr. Jack. Are you calling me a woman?
I didn't say that. I called you what you doing. You're cheering for the other team, so y'all cheer for the other team. And I'm going to hold it down.
So, okay, you hold pause for a sec. Jack, I got to ask you this question, sir. What, in your opinion, from what we just heard, is the difference between a panther and a pantherette?
It's definitely gender. I mean, that's
okay. So you heard gender as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
No doubt about that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just want to make sure that I'm not being delusional in what I'm hearing. That this brother. What did you say, Mr.? What did you say, Mr. Ben?
Keep coaching against us, and that's just inspiring me to believe more that we're gonna do it. We're gonna have a good season. So y'all coach for the other team. I think you all about the corn, and Jack, I don't know who you for now.
Yeah, no. I mean,
we won't be doing
previous seasons. In previous seasons, we were all optimistic for Prairie View. And I think now, Dr. Prince and myself are kind of looking more at reality more than being optimistic.
Well, like I said, you and Dr. Prince, y'all hold your banner up, but you won't be able to jump back on, I tell you.
So we need to hold up our Pantherette banner, right?
Yeah, whatever banner you want to have, but you won't be able to hold up that you're supporting the mighty PV. So I think we can just move on. Everybody
okay. You know we are going to move on, and we're gonna close this segment down for this week because I have to go and powder my nose, I guess, or something. I don't know, so I can make sure that I'm looking to part. But my goodness, well, folks, y'all heard it, and you'll hear some more. And I'm gonna drop this out, and we might as well bring it to the front. We had played around with a name for this segment, and I think that was just the perfect segue that you just heard, and we're gonna have to keep infusing and endorsing it. And we were gonna call this segment "Yeah, I Said It," and that was a perfect example of that. And on that note, we have got to shut things down. It is kickoff time for Jackson State and South Carolina State on Saturday, August the 26th. And we'll be back next week, at least with my nose powdered, ready to go and reflect on the game that was and bring you all live action of the Texas Southern Tigers and the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. On behalf of Brother Ben and Brother Jack, I am Dr. Mike Prince, the Pantherette, saying you all be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.
And that is going to bring us to a conclusion for this weekend's episode of The Zone. Remember, you can join us Saturday mornings, 9 a.m., for the latest release of The Zone. And it will be high rolling, especially since the start of football season right now. We invite you to be a part of the action. Don't forget, you can follow me on X at The Mike Prince Show. Subscribe to that YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network and visit our website at obnradio.com for our 24-hour stream. Time has come where I must exit on stage left, but do follow us as we bring you local, regional football action right here from the Open Mic Broadcast Network. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. So until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.